Yeah, Fabian's in line. I want Fabian to win so badly. I'm eating my food right now. These guys have no in school. Hello everyone. The stream is up. Unchosen winning this. I hope so. I hope Unchosen wins. Also, by the way, Fabian's race this week. I have another new winner in F2. So this is gonna get spicy. Even though we only have 4 people, so it's peak NPL territory here. What happened? Has everyone become depressed from school or something? Is that why no one's racing? Yeah. Like, why is everyone just not racing anymore? We need more adults to race. Probably, yeah. See, Vizzle's right, I agree. Never thinks. Wait, oh, Fabian's joined Invicta. Fabian's an Invicta driver. Wait, so Fabian. Wait, so okay, Fabian will be the replacement for DJ then, which makes sense because they were teammates with McLaren, I guess. But, that's weird. Well, Chosen, go to your team. Go to MP Motorsport. Who is this guy? Oh, it's Salingo, right. No, he said to me, yeah, he said the same thing, but he said he's probably going to come back. So even though he was trying to convince me that, like, he's not doing it for attention, I think he was. I hope. Yeah, that's what he said to me. I literally asked him, why didn't you just tell people why you left before you went out of the league? And he said, I didn't want to look like I was doing it for attention. I was like, well, you kind of, now it made it look like you wanted to do it for attention by just leaving. I think it's more mysterious to just leave than to tell people I'm getting sick of league racing and then leave. Yeah, like, I think that would have made a lot of sense. Yeah. We have 5, we have 6 if you join Visit. So you have loads of points coming. Is he even here? What's wrong with your internet? Internet, long internet. Yeah, you know what, Armand. We've been outnumbered down. For real. Yeah. The minimum for Invicta's 12, so it's not too bad for them either. Invicta needs to really cook up here if they want to if Fabi has to win to outscore you, and you have to finish 4th and 5th. So Invicta are basically cooked today. But if there's anyone who can win a race, it's Fabian at Jeddah, because he's good at Jeddah. Fabian, listen to me right now. If you don't break early in F2, you're going to, first of all, murder someone, and second of all, crash. So please, can you just break early so this race is interesting? I want Fabian to win this race so badly, because then we have 7 different winners in 7 races we still haven't chosen, and Dan, who yet to win, which means we have a chance to get 9 different winners in 9 races. If DJ was here, it could have been 10, but no, he probably wasn't going to win anyway. I wouldn't mind giving DJ a win if I was in a position to, because it would shut him up for once, so he'd actually stay in the league. Anyway, welcome to NPL F2. We're at Season 2, Race 12 at Jeddah. Last season, I won here on my debut, so let's see what these guys can do. Speaking of debuts, we have Fabian in the Invicta, driving for the same team that Dervas lost the race win in last season due to the disqualification, a rule that we no longer have in the league. Dan also looking for his first win of the season since, well, ever this season. He has won F2 though in Monaco last season and his one and only victory, and also his one and only podium so far. This race could very well change that with 5 people racing. This is the least we've had in a very long time in F2, since early season 1, I'd say. And down in 4th, really struggling for traction here through these corners. Fabian down to 3rd. Grumcracker's looking quick, actually. Grumcracker's looking for his 3rd win of the season here today. John looking for his 2nd. This is really going to be an interesting race to see how this goes. Of course, actually, you would be surprised. Grumcracker actually has the most wins of anyone in this field this season. I said in this lobby, Dan. No, you're not. You just misheard me. Anyway, Grumcracker, don't do it, DJ. I'm so stupid. Anyway, here comes John now into 1st. Fabian up to 2nd, though. He's chasing down John for pole position. It's pretty close between them. Fabian is around about a 10.5, maybe 2 tenths behind. Definitely can make that time up in the last sector if he's quick enough. Not sure if he has a setup for this race. Maybe that's what he was waiting on, but I'm not sure. Looking very smooth as Fabian through this final sector. Oh, Dan had a massive crash. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. Dan gave me too little time to look at that, and now he's dead. And there goes Vizzle. He's left the squad. Which means that no extra points for VAR, which would have had Vizzle in the team. Meanwhile, here comes Fabian through the final corner. A little bit, he was a bit too late to the corner. He did have Max Verstappen there a little bit. But now it's Thibaut John. He's going to come across the line and get his pole position here. What would this be for his season? I need to look in the stats. Well, it's pole position for John by only 2 tenths despite that. So Fabian won this video with a great lap there. May I say, the pole lap there was 8 tenths, over a second, almost a second slower than last season, by the way. So you guys really need to lock in. Because John's fighting for a championship against Dervas, so he's now very easily going to win, unless John misses races. Yeah, John, please. You can race Harry. Also, I'm so going to win Spa because I've got a really good idea of what I'm going to do. If I don't, then it's just because I'm slow. Wait, what, Joy? Oh, right, fair enough. Oh no, it might be raining, guys. Let me go into my statistics for F2 and read to everyone how many poles John would now have in the season before the race starts, hopefully. Guys, how cooked am I, says Sajada. I wish Sajada was in F2. He was the GOAT in F2. So Dervas, who's championship leader, is not racing today. He's 6 points ahead of John. This is going to be a massive point swing in John's favour after today, no matter what happens, unless he gets disqualified. So John, that was his only 2nd pole of the season, and his 4th pole of his career. As it's lights out and away we go. And here we go. Let's see how this goes. So from the start of the race, Fabian gets a great start. Straight into the lead already. John Cho's on the inside of Grumcrackers, looking for 3rd place. He can't get it in turn 1. Dan is alongside him. There's contact between them. And Dan spins around, and that is his chance of winning. Almost certainly gone away on the 1st corner. Dan, to be honest, you weren't really there. I can't really tell though. Anyway, Grumcrackers continues on. Fabian leading the way by a comfortable margin over Grumcrackers in 2nd place. John there, fending off his teammate, who, may I add, after the last race, could very well be in the title fight this season as a dark horse. DJ seemed to be, but he just left the league recently. Fabian was his replacement, and already he's leading the way on his debut with the purple 1st sector, just a second in front of Grumcrackers, who is chasing him back down though, as they head through the middle sector. Fabian looking confident in the F2 car there. Or Invicta. Could he get a win on debut? The first driver to do so since me last season, so let's see what he can do. I think he has the pace to do so. He's looking pretty quick so far against Grumcrackers. Of course, Fabian very handy at the wheel, looking for his 1st win in F1 this season, but in F2 he could very well get that on his first victory, his 1st race today, and also looking to come back with some good points in Spain later today in F1 after a miserable last weekend. Grumcrackers in 2nd place, 1.1 seconds behind John there is, keeping him honest here in 2nd place. Good points haul here for MP Motorsport, both cars in this race, and they are in 3rd and 4th place. As of right now, with John's pole position, I believe they'd score 29 points, which is pretty good. My stupid, yeah, that's right. So this would be a massive point swing in MP Motorsport's favour, even with Fabian leading the race and in the provisional position to win the race. Dan, though, 3 seconds off the leading cars, could very well close that gap back down if you see him coming. He won here in F1, of course, earlier this season. He's coming into the pit lane, so fuck what I just said. Fabian there leads the way, gets fastest lap of the race. DRS has been enabled, and Graham Crackers in second is just ahead of John in third, who's 8 tenths behind. He went very deep into the corner, though, Unchosen. Can he get ahead of his teammate? This is for a championship, by the way. Unchosen was not looking forward to this race based on what he was saying before the race had started. And Fabian, what's Dervas saying? Let's go, Fabian. What happened at the start? I think that says. Let me have a look. I'm not sure what happened at the start, Dervas. From what I could see, it seemed like there was contact between Dan and Unchosen. John did not get the best launch, and Fabian took the advantage straight away in the first lap. Also, Grumcrackers with a really good first sector on both laps here. I've noticed that he's been very good through that first sector, but then seems to lose out a little bit in the middle and last sectors. Maybe he's running higher wings than Fabian, which could be beneficial to him in the first sector, but really losing out in the last two sectors where he is more crucial to have that. Meanwhile, Unchosen, behind his teammate, could very well get third here. Out of nowhere, John really seems to be struggling for pace so far in this race. Unchosen is right behind him, only less than 2 tenths behind. Unchosen is mounting for his title fight. John lets him pass. I think, has John got damage? No, he hasn't. I think John's just losing pace here. Unchosen seems to be the quicker MP Motorsport car, and is now up to third place and is chasing down Graham Crackers for second. This is the title fight charge that we wanted to see for Unchosen. He could very well mount it right here. That car looks quicker than the other for now, and Graham Crackers is second. He's 1.3 seconds behind Fabian now. He's leading the way pretty comfortably, actually. Anyway, so Graham Crackers in second place in the framework. Doesn't Chosen get the fastest lap? He does not. It's Fabian who still seems the quickest car. Meanwhile, here comes John though on his teammate. To the outside, the driver continues the championship. Oh, actually, I realised that John's on medium tyres. That's probably why he's got this pace right now. Fastest lap of the race, though, only by 1,000th of a second for Fabian over Graham Crackers in second place. So close between them. They're almost inseparable pace-wise. And actually, it's only John and Dan that are on the medium tyres right now. So John seems to be in a good position still to win this race with the overcut, which is very powerful at this track. I think Fabian needs to pull away a little bit more if he wants to win this race. But Unchosen battling with his teammate down in third place. This is for some points for the team, but they're being held up by each other here, if anything. They're already 3 seconds behind Graham Crackers in second place. So it's not looking good here for MP Motorsport. They don't quite have the pace to catch back up either, so Fabian gaining a lot of time on Graham Crackers so far, so he's looking already in the perfect position to win on debut here today, so long as he doesn't hit a wall or make a mistake that is unnecessary to his race. But so far so good for Fabian. I think in Fabian we trust, I say. When he's leading a race, he knows how to win. Looking for the win on debut here. And Graham Crackers in second. Unchosen though, slowly but surely closing back in. It says, oh, that's why. The gap has come down between those two. It's just over a second. Make that under a second now, is it? Yes. Is it come off the corner? Because my, yeah, there we go. I was on the interval, I was on the leader on the graphic there, but nevertheless, there comes John there behind his teammate with these medium tyres, which will absolutely be the better tyre to start on in this race. He's looking to go long in this race today. Yeah, flags are out. Why is that? It's, I mean, yeah. Oh, don't cause a safety car. Don't crash. Oh, Graham Crackers pits. Yeah, you're right, because you can't pit on a safety car. Well, you get the position back, nevertheless. I don't know why Graham Crackers is pitting on lap 3. I think he's trying a really big undercut, potentially. Maybe he thought there would be a safety car and pitted in before it came out, but obviously no safety car to come out. I'm not sure why he did that, but now he's going to be on the back foot for the rest of this race. He may well undercut some cars in front with the tyre wear, but I don't think he will. I think he's confident that these battles might play in his favour in closing that gap back up, because Chosen and John are pretty close here. They're battling pretty hard unnecessarily for whereas now in that second place, if the strategy for Graham Crackers is what he really thinks is the best idea. So far though, Fabian leading the way comfortably here from John in second place, and John now is starting to reel him in. So it looks like it's going to be a fight between John and Fabian today, unless Unchosen has an answer for his teammate, as he's starting to drop off now on those super soft tyres, or is that ultra soft I should say? I can't tell. Is it ultra soft, super soft? Super soft, but it's the same colour as the old ultra soft, so it's very confusing. Anyway, Unchosen there, closing in still with the DRS. This is good for both these cars actually. Trojan's having a good race today. He's been very good on form in the last few races in F2, really showing his pace off to everyone. And I think it's looking likely that everyone will get a double podium today. Graham is running by himself way behind the field. Decides to make an early pit stop to avoid these. I don't even know why he pitted, I'll be honest. Maybe there was some reason, but I guess time will tell on that. He is running slower than the cars in front, so I'm not sure why he did that. But nevertheless, John has closed in the gap to Fabian quite substantially this lap, so it looks like the crossover is already coming here for the medium tires. Maybe that's why Graham is pitted, because the medium is just just a much better race tire. Oh my god, Casper fucking joined. What the fuck? I invited him as a joke. Now he's gonna get to watch F2 Anila. Anyway, Fabian, I wish Casper. I want to actually message Casper after this race and just say, can you join the lead back? Because I think you're really good at driving. It would be cool to have you back. Because he's fucking awesome. I want him to win. He should have won when he first joined the league. Anyway, Dan gets 3 seconds for cutting the chicane there in the final sector. And now in Chosen, still 9/10 behind his teammate. Oh, now he's dropped out of DRS. And now Dan will fall behind 3 positions because of that. Down to 8th place because of that 3-second time penalty. Terrible. And it's a battle for 5th between him and the 3 ghost cars behind him. John, though. Yeah, it's very dark, these clouds. They're kind of scary. Fabian though leads the way, but he's been closed in on by John quite a lot here. He's gained almost half a second the last lap alone. And he's continuing to do that right now. The progress is very steady for him. So when will Fabian pit is the question. I think lap 6 is a great time to pit. Maybe lap 5 if he's feeling like an undercut is better. But we'll see. The medium tyres will not drop off very much, so only really a matter of when. I think it's worth pitting around lap 6. We'll see what Fabian does. Will he come in this lap or will he stay out? Let's find out. Any chance of rain after us? I don't know. The drivers have not said anything about it, so I don't believe it's going to rain today. Dry conditions through the race. It is Jeddah after all, so that makes sense. Fabian though in front, trying to keep a good gap. Weather is clear as Dan has confirmed. And Fabian trying to preserve his lead. 3 seconds right now, just over John in second. But John is so quick on those mediums. The crossover point seemed to come on lap 4 for John. He already started to gain time, and now on lap 6, it's going to be even more time he's going to gain, I'm sure. Yeah, flags are out. I thought every time that happens, I think it's Fabian, but it's not. And Dan retires. Is he crashed? I think he just pressed for a tyre. So no safety car for that. Back to OG NPL as the 4 cars at the front drive by themselves, and nothing is happening. This is literally like season 1 NPL, guys. If you want to know what it was like. Yeah, basically usually either me or Tice leading by a lot, and then either me or Tice really far behind in second, and then it would be like Dan and then Sander, and that was it. And Sander was like 25 seconds off, so like Graham is right now, but except he's already pitted, so he's fine. Meanwhile, actually, I should mention, Graham has gained about 2 seconds on Chosen in this last lap, so maybe the strategy isn't so bad after all. Let's see if he's cooking with the strategy. I think he's not, because on Chosen... Oh, so Graham has thought there'd be a safety car, tried to pit before it, but unfortunately it did not come out for him. Wow. So, yeah. Fabian has lost about 2 seconds to John this time. I don't know if he's been slow or something, but he's going to have to pit surely. He's really struggling for grip on those super soft tyres. John has plenty to give on the medium, so I think, yeah, Fabian will indeed pit this lap. So, interesting stuff here. In he comes, serving his mandatory pit stop under green flag conditions with only 8 laps remaining in the race. And Chosen comes in 2. I think that's a logical decision for both those guys. So let's see what John can do now with the overcut. The medium tyre is just such a good race tyre. We'll see when he comes in. Obviously, the longer he can go on this stint, the bigger tyre offset he'll have. The bigger advantage he'll gain from this overcut, which is always going to be quicker in the green flag conditions, of course, with the unlikely prospect of a safety car right now. I think this has been a very good idea. Meanwhile, crucially for John, Graham Crackers comes out in front of Unchosen and maybe Fabian too. Let's have a look at the pit exit. It's going to be real close here. Fabian just gets in front of Graham Crackers. That was perfect timing for him. Absolutely timed to perfection. 4/10 as he came out the pit exit. And now, this is crucial for Fabian's race. He needs to pull away from Graham Crackers on his outlap. And with the pace he has, I think he very well could do that. 6-lap tyre difference, so he's going to have to make up all this time as much as he can between now and when John pits, so that when John does come back out, he isn't going to have too big of an advantage on those super soft tyres. So let's see how this goes. Graham Crackers there with a 3-second time penalty, and that's not good for him, as he's still right behind Fabian with those 3-lap old tyres. Groundcrackers has hoisted himself back into race winning contention, but with that 3-second penalty, it may not be the case anymore. As Groundcrackers are trying to stay close to Fabian in this battle for the net race lead. The undercut might work, but the medium is having very little tyre wear. We'll see how this goes. Fabian is not gaining much time here on John on his outlap, so it's going to be a matter of just grit and determination to win this race, it looks like. Meanwhile, John, I think, has really good straight line speed or something, because he keeps pulling away from Fabian in the straights, despite Fabian getting better exits, so it's very strange to see that. John, they're missing the apex a bit in the final corner. Will he pit? Will he pit this lap? I think it'll be a bit early to do so. I think he's just going to stay out. No, he's going to come in. Oh, he baited me. Of course he did. Anyway, Fabian continues on in second place. This could be for the net race lead, we'll see. And Groundcrackers. Dan is talking, but he can't be heard on the stream. Thank you, Dan. Sorry to anyone who thought I'm stupid for not talking. Dan decided to talk, and of course you can't hear him. So Dan saying how John is staying out on an alternate strategy here. Everyone else has pitted already. Because Fabian and Tristan pitted on lap 6, and Groundcrackers is pitted on lap 3, and is on full lap on medium tyres, trying his best to stay with Fabian now and give himself a chance to win should he and John get into an incident. This is actually benefiting Groundcrackers and Fabian now, but Fabian is starting to pull away now on those fresher tyres, and is gaining huge amounts of time on John. So this is interesting in the context of this race as to when John decides to pit. Will he pit this lap or will he pit next lap? I think either one would be good. In my opinion, I think next lap would even be better, to be honest, because the super softs died pretty quickly. We saw on lap 6 for everyone on the super softs, they were all really struggling to keep that grip up under high tyre wear conditions. They really lost almost 2 seconds a lap to the medium. So the longer the tyre stint goes for on the medium tyre on the start of the race, if in John's case that is, yeah, the more of an advantage you get on the super soft at the end of the race. So let's see what John can do as Dan has left the session. There's no surprise there. He's going to watch IMSA, I'm assuming, at the Petite Le Mans, which is on at the moment. Go watch that if you'd rather watch that than this. I know I would, but nevertheless. John comes in now, and he's coming in from the lead with 6 laps. I mean, this could be a strategy blunder from John, or is it time to perfection? Let's find out. Fabian's getting about 2 seconds on John, almost 1.5 on this lap alone. Fabian really starting to understand the F2 car ways. I must say, a throttle application is the only thing I would question, but that's because F2 cars are very different to F1. You can get on the power pretty early in F2. Fabian gets the fastest lap of the race by a substantial margin, half a second faster. Meanwhile, Dan is making sounds because I think he's watching some interesting battles in IMSA. John there, where's he going to come out? Crazy. Where's John? Oh, he came out in front. So, oh dear. And this is looking good for John. He has come out. He has come out in 3rd place, right behind Groundcrackers, who could do his best to hold him up. But on those super soft tyres, John is going to be lightning fast. And only at the end of the race will he really start to have an issue with that. On tyre wear. I think he has pitted a little bit early, to be honest. I know he might not want to lose time, but I guess we'll see how it goes. I think this might be perfect because he has come out well in front of Matrozen. I think if he stayed out one more lap, I think Matrozen may have gotten ahead of him. So we'll see how this goes. Is John already trying to go around the outside of Groundcrackers here? This would be a sensation move similar to Lance Stroll in 2023 at the start of that race, and he does get past Groundcrackers. But now that will give Groundcrackers double DRS down this straight. But does he have the grip to stay close? We'll see here as he comes off the corner. The 2-time race winner this season, Groundcrackers, is still very close to him, and he does have DRS on him now. Let's see if he closes in on him now with this extra downforce setup I think he has. So you have to push real hard if he wants to gain a chance to win that place back to Groundcrackers. That's 3-second time penalty. His race could come under pressure from and chosen behind. His race already coming undone on lap 3 when he pitted way too early. As he heads down the straight, he does have that DRS, but he's just not gaining enough time on John here to really close that gap back. And on those super soft tyres, it looks like John may well pull away this lap. His tyres coming into the temperature window, and he's already getting time on Fabian during that period. So this is going to be a straight fight here between Fabian and John, I think. Because while Groundcrackers may be in DRS, he's on those old medium tyres, and now Chosen may well close on them as well, the closing laps to get a secure 3rd place. Of course, Groundcrackers can't really appeal that 3 seconds it was from track limits, so I think this will have to be position lost for Groundcrackers to Unchosen as of right now, but Unchosen needs to keep it consistent. He's only half a second away from losing 3rd place. There is Unchosen now to make it a double MP Motorsport podium. But Groundcrackers looking to get points to Private Riley not being here, of course. They need these points. Always going to get beach on the curb. Oh no, I saw that coming. Not by much. You got away with it pretty well, but that's going to cost him a huge amount of time to Unchosen, who is really closing in on him now to under 2 seconds as he comes off the corner there in the S's. John was 9/10 faster than Fabian in the first sector, and will most likely get fastest lap to make this potentially a Grand Slam in total. Well, not really a Grand Slam, doesn't run every lap, but to make it maximum points for himself. And now as he heads to middle sector, well, this is going to be very interesting to see if Fabian can actually defend against John on that medium tyre. Looks like everyone made the wrong strategy choice, so the overcut has always been favourable. I don't know why people still don't understand it, to be honest. I think it is just logical to do an overcut in these races. You just get such a tyre advantage at the end, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how fast you're at the start, or pulling away, and not getting stuck in traffic. Like, that all gets made up for in the last stint, guaranteed, with the tyre offset. So let's see if John can prove my point right. Or if Fabio will have the pace to fend him off. John has actually lost about 3/10 in that last corner because he went a little bit deep to the corner, and out of courtesy I think he did lift off the throttle on exit to avoid getting any track limits, and also just for the sake of sportsmanship, honestly. Unchosen still just under 2 seconds away, and John gets a blistering fastest lap. That was, I think, a second faster than Fabian's. Let's have a look on the telemetry here. Yeah, oh wow, and it wasn't that much quicker. It was 6/10 faster, but that's still a huge amount quicker than what Fabian managed on the medium tyre. But Fabian still looking pretty consistent, actually, so we'll see how this goes. I think by the time John does catch up to Fabian, which should be in about a lap's time, the tyre offset won't be too great for John, honestly, so let's see how this goes. I think this very well is still a great chance for Fabian to win the race. And for Dervas' sake, he really needs that. He needs the points for Invictor, and he also needs, oh no, another penalty. Graham Cracker's there. Losing touch now with his chance of the podium even more because he just got another 3-second penalty. 6 seconds now for Graham Cracker's in third. He's now almost guaranteed to lose that podium rather than Unchosen. Well, it makes no odds to anyway because there's no one else behind, so unfortunately for Graham Cracker's, it's pretty much guaranteed he's going to finish in 4th today. Apart from middle sector for John, apparently, according to my telemetry. We'll see if that's true. This time, much cleaner through that section. Fabian has great straight line speed in that Invicta, but it's pretty similar between himself and John, so let's see how this goes. Closing laps. Dan, I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to take you away. So where is what you should be asking? Not at my house, necessarily. John gets another fast lap of the race. 300s quicker than the previous lap, so any doubts in anyone's mind about the tyre wear has now been completely thrown out the window. Dan is doubting John very openly here, which could hurt John's feelings and cause him to crash and die. Let's see how this goes. John works on rage apparently, and let's see if that's true as he's now angrily driving and attacking these corners like it's his, like it's Dan basically. And as he heads through the S's, he can, Dan, unfortunately, the other end of the brutal attack by John in the S's of Jeddah. The area where there were missile strikes right outside the track a few years ago. And now John is the one sending missiles at Dan and his house. But John not gaining as much time this lap as the previous two, but still gaining a huge amount of time regardless. On those superstar tyres, he's almost within DRS range with just 2 laps remaining. This could genuinely be a really good fight here between John and Fabian for the race victory. Fabian, on his debut, could very well still win. This is going to be a matter of strategy. Last season, the overcut worked in my favour. And let's see, I think it will work in John's favour as of right now, but he's going to have to overtake and pull away from Fabian, which is not an easy thing to do, especially with the tyre wear now starting to kick in for John in these last 2 laps. This is going to be a fascinating end to the race here at F2, don't go anywhere. Meanwhile, Unchosen's right behind Graham Crackers. I can see a battle for 3rd. Only on track, of course. Graham Crackers is almost guaranteed to finish 4th as long as Unchosen doesn't crash. But really close now with the DRS, and he could very well make a move into turn 1 here as he's closed in, heading into the final part of the lap. He's got 3 lap fractured tyres as Unchosen, so this could make a huge difference. Heading on to straight, look at the difference in grip as he heads off the corner. Looking great here for Unchosen. And John only 1.5 tenths slower than his other fastest lap, so the Superstar's really looking quick here and very consistent. Here comes Unchosen to the inside of Graham Crackers into turn 1. He's going to move for the move on the inside. He wants that move on track, and he's almost going to get it, but Graham Crackers is still there. It's side by side through the first chicane. Will Graham Crackers get the better exit? It's side by side off the corner. Oh, they almost make contact, and they're so close. Oh, there might be contact. Oh, he just chops the nose across, and he does take the place away. Does Chosen there? Into third place he goes, and has now securely taken third on track to make it an MP Motorsport 2-3 guaranteed. The ground grip is still good. As I said, yeah. Of course, Chosen could still crash, but I don't think that's likely at this point. He's looked pretty consistent as John heads right behind Fabian now. He's going to have double DRS, triple DRS even. And John only half a second behind. This is almost certainly going to be the race lead here for John by the looks of things. Fabian's going to need to try something special to try and fend them off. We've seen these two battle before in previous races. One that comes to my mind is Las Vegas last season in F1. These two had a great battle at the end of the race. John came out victorious. Will he come out victorious this time against Fabian, who is currently leading? Looking pretty inevitable that John will get past. Heading down the back straight here. It's so close between them. John there with the DRS on Fabian to the outside of the track. In the MP Motorsport, looking for a second win of the season. Fabian breaks deep. Will John get the better exit? Surely he will. And it's going to be a battle between them, heading down the main straight. Between Fabian and John. To the outside goes John now on the victory of Fabian. Replacing DJ for this race. Across the line they both go. And John's still looking very lightning quick here. Purple last sector for him with the double DRS. And there he goes. To the inside there comes Fabian. It's so close between them. Oh, and Fabian pushes John off the track. And John gets 3 seconds. Ooh, that's controversial stuff there. I agree. That 3 seconds does not count. Fabian, well, I don't think he pushed him off. I think it was a fair move, to be honest, because of how racing rules work, apparently. But I think he could have left some more space, Fabian, there. These penalties do not count for John, so this is a straight fight between Fabian and John here for the race victory. Yeah, you're right, Dan. There was a 10-second penalty there for John, which will not be counted after the race. John will get whatever position he finishes in on track unless he does actually cause an incident that's his fault. But meanwhile, Fabian is still right behind John. This is so close on the final lap of the race. And why a final lap battle in a race with just 4 people? You rarely see it. But it looks like Fabian has a chance to win this race against John here. He's right behind him, going through the first DRS zone. It's a matter of when he's going to try and make a move here on John. Will he make it down here? He could very well do so. It'll be a risky move. Will he pull an Oscar Piastri on Lewis Hamilton type overtake? Heading into the final couple corners into turn 20. Surely he'll stay in line. Yes, he does. Oh, John goes in deep. He's made a mistake. And this could come to haunt John. Now Fabian goes to the outside. He hits the wall. Into the wall he goes. On the inside, he's got the DRS though. And he's going to go to the inside to take the lead away from John. It's side by side on the final lap between these two. John tucks into the slipstream. Can he get back ahead? Is he going to send him into the final corner? Or will he just bank on the DRS being his saving grace down the main straight? Is the tyre wear too bad for John? Off the final corner. It's going to be so close between these two as they come to the line. But Fabian, it looks as though it's going to win on debut here in F2 for Invicta as he crosses the line. Fabian wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in F2. What a finish. Absolutely incredible racing between these two on the final 2 laps. Outstanding stuff. Very clean racing. And a wonderful way to end the race. And there we go. It was a really good battle. Fabian played that to perfection and wins on debut. The first person to do so since myself, and now we have another driver who's won on debut in F2, and that is Fabian, winning the race for Invicta and really helping them in the championship when they needed it. Today, though, still outscoring them by a huge margin is, MP Motorsport. Well, you can say about Polish Max, but I don't give a fuck about him or about Deva, so, you know. Well, that's not true. If Polish Max ever watches this video back, I hope he knows that I don't have the same issues with him that I used to. Anyway, Fabian wins the race from John in second. Don't be deceived by the race results here. John did get second place and got a total of 21 points, so he still scored massively against Dervas, who did not score anything today. So a massive swing in the championship, a 15-point lead for John heading into the next race tomorrow at Qatar, where we'll see many more people racing, I'm sure. Then it's Unchosen behind that. And then Ground Crackers in fourth, Daniel fifth, retiring from the race after being unhappy about how things went. So, John with the fastest lap by 0.6 of a second will indeed get second place. And this is a really good race. And Fabian gets 7th winner in 7 races in F2, a record in NPL for the most different winners in a single season in any series with 7, and all of which came in the last 7 races. What an incredible statistic in NPL to really prove how good F2's gotten in this series, even with only 4 people. So, or I'd say 5 people. Dan wasn't really in it for most of it though. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for Qatar and later today for F1 at Spain. Don't go anywhere. Indeed, MP Motorsport with a great point score there. A total of, I believe, my calculations are correct, 36 points. Really good. Yeah, so fastest lap and pole position, so very good.